Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, the day I won tech support. How am I supposed to know that? Look here. Oh, I don't look there. You keep saying VPN, but I don't think it means what you think it means. How many USB ports? Your boss said you can get my data back. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. The day I won tech support. I work in the support department of a large SSP. Our customers come exclusively from the public sector, specifically health, and include research institutes and policy think tanks. Our end users range from the entirely charming and pleasant, to the notoriously obnoxious. The end user in question is one of the worst when encountered over the phone or email, to the point of being given warnings about their behavior. When someone says they've talked to this user, everyone else cringes in sympathy. While I normally work Tier 2 exclusively, I do help out manning the phones when our Tier 1 team needs it. This took place during one of those periods. Dramatis personae. /u/razumni me. NOB, a notoriously obnoxious user. /u/raxumni, customer support, how can I assist you today? NOB, hey, I've sent in a ticket requesting completion of, and it's highly time sensitive, and I need it moved along quickly. Me, sure thing, do you have the ticket number? NOB, yes. XYZ123456. Me, one moment please. My next move is to look up the ticket. The ticket was submitted less than 5 minutes ago, has had no work done whatsoever, and indeed contains 3 relatively simple tasks, spread over 2 different customer domains. Me, alrighty, this shouldn't be a problem. I'm certain I can complete the first 2 items for you, but I might have to defer to Tier 3 for the last item. I'll get started immediately, and will keep you posted. You say that it is highly time sensitive. Could you give me an idea of what that means? NOB, yeah, we need to start inputting into production by tomorrow afternoon. Me, that should not be a problem. I will get to work and keep you posted. I hang up and get to work. It turns out that I can get all 3 tasks sorted in short order. I do so and notify the user when closing the ticket. Me, dear customer. All tasks have been completed as per spec. Passwords to systems have been sent under separate cover. Not too bad, right? Right. At this point, I'm expecting one of 2 things to happen. An obnoxious answer, telling me how incompetent I am, how stupid I am, and how worthless my company in general, and I in particular are. Nothing whatsoever. Dear reader, let me ask you this: if either of those were true, would we be here? Would I have won support? No, of course not. The user responded as follows. Dear support, thank you for your prompt and accurate resolution of my time-sensitive request. Much appreciated. Regards. User. Find all my tales from tech support here. How am I supposed to know that? Look here. Oh, I don't look there. Today has been a wonderful day so far. I have worn the wrong shoes, so I can't walk anywhere without getting a reprimand. I wasn't able to get coffee, and am the only tech working today for my several 100-person company. Living the dream, smiley face. Here's a quick one that I thought was fun. I had just gotten off a 30-minute call trying to get a user into a bank system that simply doesn't work thanks to a bad update from our vendor, and through no lack of trying we had to just give up. Not in the best of moods after struggling and failing for half an hour. I was given a 5-second breather before the next call came in from someone asking for a quick password reset. Easy peasy, this is a nice change of pace. $user, hey, I'm locked out of this, it just keeps saying cannot sign on. $me, it does say that when you're locked, so makes sense so far, sure thing, I've unlocked you, can you try again? $user, getting the same thing. $me, want a reset? $user, I guess if you have to. I reset her password, it still doesn't work, so at this point I know either she's the worst at typing or something's up. $me, hopping into your computer. $user, finally, thank you. I try to type it in, and I get the same thing, so it's not user error from typing. Good to know. I immediately poke around and see that she has the icon pinned to her taskbar, which we warn them not to do since it's not actually an application, it's a website that launches an application, and gets updates when it reaches the website. Dumb I know, but we work with what we got. So if there's an update, that pinned icon will stop working, cause they're pinning the local app, not the website. Wouldn't you know it, there was an update from the 2017 system to the 2020 system. 9 months ago. So this person, who makes more in bonuses than I do in a year, hasn't logged into our main banking system in at least 9 months, possibly longer. $me, so I see the issue, you're launching from this pin on the taskbar, right? $user, yeah, that's what I always do. $me, gotcha, well there was an update more than a few months ago to the 2020 system. This link was to the 2017 system, so that's why it wasn't letting you log in. $user, she got a bit flustered here, well, how am I supposed to log in? $me, well, we recommended to everyone to use the shortcuts provided on the desktop so that way the updates run when the program gets launched, rather than pinning the application itself. $user, but I use the pins. How am I supposed to know that there was an update? $me, look here on the desktop, it says blah blah 2020. Your link says blah blah 2017. $user, well I don't look there. $me, the desktop? $user, yeah I just look at the pins. $me, can you try to log in now for me? Cue the user then spending the next 5 minutes trying to set up a password, and me continually telling her that the new, again, read, not new, passwords have to be 15 characters. $user, I hope you know that no one is going to remember these stupid long passwords. I internally die as literally the entire company uses these passwords, which we didn't even set the requirements for. $me, yep they're long. Have a great one. I have since gotten 5 more calls in the time it took to type this out. You keep saying VPN, but I don't think it means what you think it means. Quick setting, I'm remote Tier 1 support for a relatively well-known healthcare system in my region. I get a call from a condescending nurse who can't access her network drives. Even though I'm Tier 1, I have a BA in computer science and a Network Plus cert, so I tend to be fairly helpful on first calls. After I establish that she's on-prem, do some remote troubleshooting to try and get her drives to remap, I ask her to reboot her computer to see if the login scripts possibly failed after the machine was recently installed. Then this magic happens. CN, condescending nurse. Me, you know the deal. CN, okay, I'm VPN'd into the computer. Me, confused by her usage of VPN in this context, ma'am, I thought you said you were on site? CN, I am. Me, okay, are you accessing another device remotely? CN, no, the computer is right here. Me. So you are just logging into your device then? CN, sounding frustrated now, no, I'm VPNing into it. Me, a VPN wouldn't be used when you are on site though. CN, I'm VPNing into my computer from a different one. Me, starting to feel like she's just talking about her Windows account now. Oh, so you're accessing your profile? CN, no, I'm VPNing into my computer. Me, getting more and more confused. Okay, so the computer you are accessing is somewhere else then? CN, does that laugh that people do when they look at the ceiling because they feel like they're talking to an imbecile. Okay, I'm going to restart my computer, reassess, and call back. Me, thankful that she gets to be somebody else's problem. Absolutely, you have a great day. I love it when people hear a term a bunch of times, think they have a handle on what it is, then start slinging the term like they know what's up. Then have the gall to try and school the guy from IT who you called because you were in over your head. SMH. How many USB ports? I work in IT, and even though I don't work for the help desk support unit itself, I work for a unit that troubleshoots and supports certain databases. We sometimes get the calls that should really go to the main help desk support, but if it's an easy fix, I'll just help the person out. When the pandemic started, a lot of us employees were issued work laptops and set up to work from home. During the summer, I received a call from a WFH user, an IT manager, who had keyboard trouble. User, my USB keyboard is not working with my laptop and it used to. My laptop keyboard and the touch thingy works, but I don't want to use those because I hate them. Me, laughs, I don't blame you, let's see what's going on. Is this the first time you've tried to use the keyboard? User, no, it was working fine up until today. Me, did you check to see if it is securely connected to the laptop? User, yes, of course. Me, what make and model laptop do you have? User, such and such. Me, okay, that's the same as what I have. You have 2 USB ports available. Have you tried connecting the keyboard to either USB port and neither of them work for the keyboard? User, yup, that's correct. Me, okay, let me check something out here. Had user go through some steps, etc., all seemed well then. User, would my new headset and mic have anything to do with making my keyboard not work anymore? Me, absent-mindedly, it shouldn't. Wait, your headset is USB, correct? User, what else would it be? Nope, not gonna take the bait on that one. Me, is your headset currently plugged into your laptop right now? User, yes, I had a 2-hour meeting this morning and my keyboard and mouse both worked just fine before the meeting, and now the keyboard doesn't work at all. Mouse works. 99% of the world population knows where this is going. Everyone except for this user. Me, if you have the mouse plugged into one USB port, and you have your headset plugged into the other USB port, what is the keyboard plugged into? User, silence for about 15 or more seconds. Me, are you still there? Did we get disconnected? User, oh. Moral of the story, next time I get a call like this, ESP if it's an IT manager who makes more than I do, I will have the user do something I read in a funny tech story from decades ago, about having the user grab the keyboard and it physically take 10 steps away from the laptop, and if the laptop doesn't come with the keyboard, that's a sure sign it wasn't plugged in. Your boss said you can get my data back. First post here, so a little introduction. I work in a computer store in Belgium for almost 14 years now. This week a customer came into the shop and threw a plastic bag with 3 discs in it on the counter. I came up to him, and he started to ask if we could help him with getting the data of the discs. They were a little smaller than a CD/DVD. Before I could answer him, he continued telling that my boss told him that we can get data of it. Before I could ask anything, he continued that the discs were discs out of a hard drive. I told him that it was not possible, and that the discs now are broken, and that he lost his data. The person getting annoyed and start telling that he came to my boss to ask if we can get data out of ext HDDs that couldn't be read. My boss explained him that we can try it, that we take out the HDD out of the enclosure and can try it like that, but that wasn't guaranteed. So he went back home and took out the hard drive out of the enclosure by himself, but also opening the hard drive to get the discs out. He started to get a little bit mad and start complaining that my boss doesn't know what he was talking about and give him faulty information. I tried to explain him again that it was only taking out the HDD of the enclosure. Then the customer left being mad that he lost his data and lost €80 for a hard drive. Some people will never learn to keep their hands off from things where they don't know anything of.